Hello my friends, this is Tom with weaponseducation.com. Please subscribe and click that bell for future notifications. Always give me a thumbs up, it means a lot to me. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on this 500 Magnum ES Emergency Survival. This is shorter than the 3-inch that's available now. This is the 2 3/4 inch. We're going to go to the table and I'm going to talk to you about what happened to it. It actually malfunctioned. I sent this to Smith & Wesson and got it back, and I'm going to tell you what went wrong. And I figured I can start off the video with showing you some footage of shooting it, this cannon. I'm also going to show you at the desktop some new ammo I got for it that's pretty tricked out. But anyway, right now let's look at how much power the 500 Magnum has. And of course, you know, I need something to point with, so I got the extra large Espada here, always handy. Love this blade. I told everyone to buy them. They're pretty much extinct now. I can still get the extra large, but the large and the mediums and all colors and configurations are now extinct. Anyway, let's look at this video. Now you see here the cardboard, how it's taut. I'm telling you, it's taut, held up there. And then, you know, when you put a Target sticker over an old Target sticker, you just plop it on there. And that's what I did here shooting this 500 Magnum when it had the orange grip. What I did was I left it in the car in this Florida heat in the trunk just for an afternoon, and it melted. It melted like yogurt. It just was gone. So I had to get a new grip, and it was a big spiel. We're going to talk about that at the tabletop. Right now, let me show you this monster shooting a 400 grain round of double tap, and watch what it does. Let's go through it right here. I'm at 20 feet. Just watch the cardboard. Okay, that was the first round. Now it's tight up here. It took the cardboard off, and look at the sticker there. Look at the sticker that was on top of the sticker. It blew it apart. That's just going through cardboard. I mean, the power, the speed of double tap 400 grain round is just incredible. So I thought that was a little fun shot to show you. Let me see what else happens at this time I had at the range. So I pull it back in here, push it back in place.
That's a pretty good shot there.
And now I'm going to get it back out there. Look how the sticker, it blew off and blew back on. Now watch. Amazing recoil on this little snubby. Now watch. It took it off the whole thing. Amazing power from the 500 Magnum.
You know, and I really put that cardboard in there tight all the way to the top.
Okay, let's go to the tabletop. The Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum. This is the ES Emergency Survival. If you've been following the channel, I've done some videos on this kit. We're not going to get too detailed about the kit, but they made less than 500 of these kits. 2 3/4 inch barrel, not 3-inch. And that's why the prices on this, which is now a highly collectible firearm, have skyrocketed. Gosh, it's like artwork. What is the person willing to pay? Because there's no more of them left in the world. Last I saw like $4,000, $3,800, whatever. I'm going to tell you a couple of tips right now about how to buy a revolver, but first I want to tell you the story behind this one. If you're new to the channel, this will be news to you. What happened was, you see, it comes with this. Hey, there you go. I do have an orange grip. A lot of people will say, yeah, that's kind of tacky, that orange grip. But when you think of what the marketing scheme of what Smith & Wesson was thinking when they made the most powerful handgun in the world, it's such a short, snubby 2 3/4 inch, and they called it the Bear Survival Kit, Emergency Survival. Now, this orange color we see a lot with EMTs, correct? You see these guys doing search and rescue on mountainsides. They use this color. So the color orange is so you can find your revolver real quickly in case of a bear attack or whatever type of attack you might be under. If you're in the great outdoors hunting, or should I say maybe just camping. What happened with me is I left this in my trunk, and you know, it's hot in Florida. It didn't take long for the original stock grips to melt and turn into like a yogurt, like I said earlier. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when I opened it up, it was only like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's like putting it in an oven. Big mistake, Tom. How do I rectify it? Call Smith. Oh, you got a performance center. Sure. Everything on a performance center handgun, all their performance center handguns, are warranted for life. Everything. So let me tell you, that was part of the equation. Part of the problem was the grip melted. And the same day, or the day before, the day before I was shooting the gun, and what happened was I had a problem. I was shooting it, the gun safety checked. You close it with the crane here. I was shooting the gun, bang, 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 and then all of a sudden it didn't go bang. A round, I couldn't even open the cylinder. I couldn't open the cylinder. A round was protruded out about 1/8 of an inch. And here, I'll grab a round to show you what I'm talking about. So, a revolver, yes, they can have failures. So, with a 500 Magnum, when it goes boom, the next round's going to cycle in and get into play so it can go boom again. But if this explosion makes the next one in line, what it did was it caused the round to stick out of the cylinder about just about 1/8 of an inch. So it was stuck. The cylinder was stuck, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get it out. It took 3 days. I went to a gunsmith, and we freed up the jammed round. So now I'm like, all right, this has to go to Smith & Wesson. Then I called them, like I said, I got 2 issues. I got a melted grip. My fault, sorry, it melted. You know, and but really the big problem here is the gun failed. Send it to us, and this is what they did. Smith & Wesson Performance, they did a phenomenal job. And what they did was they refurbished the whole gun for free. Performance centers have that warranty for life, no matter who owns the gun. And the problem was what's called the yoke. Okay, now you have the crane here. When you close a revolver, you want to close it by the crane. This right here, this piece of steel. Okay, and within that piece of steel, there's another piece of steel that's called the yoke. The yoke assists with the timing of the cylinder. And if it's out of alignment at all, if this, see here, if this point does not hit this point perfectly, it's not going to cycle perfectly. Your revolver is not going to turn in a circle with perfect timing. And over time, you're going to have happen what happened to me, a failure. So Smith refurbished the gun, put a new yoke in it, went through the whole thing. They even polished it all up and made it brand new for me. So I gotta say thanks, Smith & Wesson, for honoring your warranty. And I also have to say, well, I asked for the orange grip. And they said, Tom, we only made like 400 and less than 500 of those, 450 or so. We don't have any orange grips left. I said, well, can you send me the OD green? I figured that's, but it doesn't match this collectible kit. I said, send me a black one too. I paid extra to get the extra grip. So I have the black and the OD green. And then one of you subscribers heard me talking about this in one of my earlier videos and says, I bought an extra orange grip on one of my 500 Magnums, this same kit, like 10 years ago, and he goes, I'll sell it to you. And I bought it. It was like $100. He gave me a good deal. And now, it's not on the gun now, obviously, but if I ever wanted to sell it, which I don't, I've got the original package. Perfect. So that's all good news. And what I also wanted to show you is what I'm going to shoot out of it. Look at these, zoom in here, Tammy. Look at the 700 grain Underwood rounds. As you know, I'm a huge fan of double tap, and I've got enough 500 Magnums, fortunately, because I'll give myself credit. I did dollar cost averaging box a week, every week for many, many years, and I accumulated a lot of double tap 500 Smith & Wesson rounds. This is 480 grain, but look at the difference in the 480 grain and the 700 grain. Okay, and the 480 grain is what you saw me shoot in the video. Look at the 700 grain. It's massive. I haven't shot the 700 grain yet, and I'm, with ammo the way things are today, these were not cheap. I'm not going to shoot them. I'm actually gonna keep this for self-defense. And let's talk about 500 Magnums for self-defense. As a matter of fact, I tell you, the way things are going, and the lawless societies I see across the country, the challenges we're up against, I think firepower is more important now than ever. And where it used to be thought of like silly to carry something like a 44 Magnum as personal protection, or heaven forbid a 500 Magnum, I think now today, with people's defensive things they wear on their body and the tactics they use coming at you in groups, I think a 500 Magnum is perfect for self-defense. Of course, use it cautiously and know all the rules of handling a firearm. Think about over-penetration and all that. But I think we have to start arming ourselves up with more high-power stuff, right? Why not? It's available, and a revolver is just a wonderful way to do it. Now let me show you something real quick here. This is a heck of a holster. My own leather company. It's the most expensive leather I ever spent on a holster. For horses, because we're starting to do saddles for horses. They cost anywhere from $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. These wealthy equestrians, up to $22,000. English saddles, Western This is the same leather, and I made a 500 Magnum sidearm holster, and you can't squeeze it. It's got polymer in the middle and between it. It's finished on the inside. This is the best sidearm holster on the planet. Period. There's nothing better. And we make all of our shoulder holsters out of the same leather. And I wanted to show you this because I've got a shoulder holster already for this 500 Magnum. But like I said, I want to start having more guns accessible at my hip, on my shoulder holster, everywhere I go. And look at that. The link is below, weaponseducationholsters.com for a 500 Magnum sidearm. I'm going to do a separate video on this. This took a long time to come to fruition, and I'm very proud of it. This is the highest quality sidearm, and we can make it for any gun there is. So keep that in mind. But there's your story on the 500 Magnum. The orange grip melted. Sent it to Smith & Wesson. They didn't have an orange grip. I got the OD green. I got the black. They refurbished the whole gun. They put a new yoke in it. They made the timing perfect. It's brand new now. And one of you subscribers sold me an orange grip, so I got my full package again. Awesome story. And, you know, I care about all of you guys. Buy quality guns. Buy trying to get limited edition stuff now. When it comes to revolvers, you want to make sure, by the way, the cylinder, see how I'm going front and back here? You don't want any play in that. Look at that. I'm going to do a special video on how to buy a revolver. But you don't want any play in that going forward. And you can also pull the hammer back, pull the trigger in, and make sure there's no play, that it's not loose, that cylinder. This thing's tight as a clam. So, I'll do a future video on how to buy a used revolver to make sure you don't get clipped. My name is Tom at Weapons Education. Please subscribe. I hope you had fun and trying to scoop up some ammo. I know it's near impossible, but keep on storing your stash away, and let's all stick together during these changing times, we'll call it. But I say carry the big firepower if you can. Alright, God bless everyone. Take care. I care about all of you. Thumbs up. It means a lot to me. Thumbs up. Bye-bye.